Hello, today I'm gonna read this book that's called Thin Ice. And this book is very fun for me. I have read half then of this book, and I'm gonna read half then for you to chapter 5. Yeah, I'm gonna read for chapter 5 to you. Then I'm gonna read tomorrow the other, okay? And now I'm gonna read the book for you. Chapter 1, The Boss. We had snow on the way, lots of snow. That's what the TV said. That's what the radio said. That's what Mom said as she packed us both off to school. Work up warm, Patty, she told me, and you too, Kevin. Snow, snow, snow. The boss even talked about it in Smedley. The boss is the name we give the head teacher at our school. His real name is Mr. Boston. His hair is so white he looks a bit snowy himself. Have fun with the snow. The weekend, he said, throw snowballs, bake snowmen, follow snow tracks, but there's one thing you must never do after a snowstorm. The boss shut an eye. He lifted a finger. He wagged his head from side to side. He's such a show-off. You see, he loves it when we are looking at him. He made us wait for about 100 years before he went on. Then, in a voice like thunder, he said, "Stay away from frozen water." "Frozen water, sir," said one of the new kids. "Frozen water," said the boss grimly, "like ice lollies, sir." The new kid said, "I don't get it. Why must we stay away from ice lollies?" "Not that kind of frozen water," said the boss, snorted, "talking about lakes and ponds and rivers. I'm talking about the kind of frozen water that can kill you." He went on and on about it, about frozen water that cracks under you, about frozen water that's so cold it stops your head in mind. Bet. "Just think about it," said the boss. "Under the ice it is like a frozen roof over your head. You're bashing in with your frozen feet, but it's too frozen to shatter from below, so you sink down and down and down and don't come up again." He let his words hang in the air. We've never been so silent as Spindly. If someone had dropped a pin, we would have jumped out of our skins. Even the teacher were gripped. The boss was annoying himself. He shut an eye. He lifted a finger. He wagged his head from this side to side. When he spoke next, he put on his strangest voice. "How are you feeling now?" he asked. Chapter 2, What snow? Okay, I better admit it. You find out sooner or later. Anyway, remember the new kid who called out in assembly? The one who was spoke? Well, he was my little brother Kevin, and he's a pain. He upset people. You see, he's such a baby. He just can't help it. Even the boss was upset. You could tell that from his face. He stomped out of the hall in a right old temper. The rest of us couldn't stop sneering. Even the teachers had to hold their hands over their mouths. Kids were still talking about it at home time. One would say down and down and down and you don't come up again. How are you feeling now? could yelp like a big ice lolly. Kevin's face went red when he heard this. I didn't mean to spoil the boss assembly, Peter, he told me. Didn't you? I said. No, I didn't. The words just popped out of my mouth. The boss was just showing off, I said. So all that stuff he would us wasn't true. Who cares, Kevin? I care, said my little brother. I care about it a lot, and so will you care if it snows. But it didn't snow. Not when we were walking home, not when we were eating supper, not at breath time, not even when we go to bed. The TV, the radio, and Mom must have got it all wrong. So much for the boss and his frozen water. Chapter 3. Oh, that snow. Next day I woke up early. Don't ask me why. There was no sound in the house. There was no sound from the street either. Still sleepy, I looked around the room. What had woken me? Maybe it was the white light creeping over my face. The white light. No, it was in a rush. I jumped out of bed and ran to the big window on the landing. Kevin was there before me. He was tucked up on the window seat. His nose was pressed against the glass. Look, Peter, he said softly. Wow, the park next door had gone as white as the boss hair, no much wider than that. We were dazzled by it. Snowballs, Kevin, I said, and snowmen, and don't forget the snow tracks. Wait, come be the first kids out there. What about Mom and Dad? It is the weekend. Okay, they will stay in bed for hours by then. The snow may have melt, you bet, I said, and I shoot an eye. I lift a finger and wagged my hand from side to side. I was doing my best to copy the boss. I made Kevin wait for about 100 years before I spoke again. How are you feeling now? I asked him. Still like a big ice lolly. Chapter 4. In the park. We'd been to the park next door loads of times, but we'd never seen it looking like this. It was like a picture on a Christmas card. No wonder the boss has told us to have some fun. He was spot on about that. We chucked snowballs, we made a snowman, we even found a snow track that led deeper into the park. Are they animal footprints, Peter? Kevin asked. Maybe a fox, I said. Or could it be some sort of wild cat or a snow tiger that got away from the zoo? A snow tiger, I grinned. I ask you, Kevin is such a baby. The footprints led us to the top of a hill, then down the slope on the other side. Soon we'd got as far as the boating pond. At least I think it was the boating pond in the summer. It was cool and splashy. It wasn't like that now. For a start, there were no boats. Also, it seems deeper somehow. It was smoother than harder as well, a bit like our playground back at school. Suddenly, Kevin stood very still. I know what this is. Peter says it's a frozen water. Chapter 5, The Pond. That was all for this book. I'm gonna read next time chapter 5 to the end. And bye-bye. And if you wonder why if I don't say how I like of this book and which is my best character, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna say that when this haul is done. So bye bye.